What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over the final part of the offensive mini scheme for the Minnesota Vikings offense. Now, the play is going to be gun doubles Y flex. And if you guys missed the very first part, how you can get a wide receiver in at tight end instead, normally Travis Kelce is going to be there. I'm going to just get right into the formation. It's just quicker. But check out the very first video. Link is going to be in the description explaining how we go about doing that. So let's go into gun doubles Y flex. We're going to end it with Vikes double post. Now we're going to start in a basic cover 3, and then we'll get into a cover 2 a little bit later on. And so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, with a cover 3, this is a very popular way a lot of people like to beat a cover 3, is they'll put the running back on an a wheel route, and then the furthest outside receiver on an out route or flat route. Now, if you try putting them on a flat route right now, it's the only option you have is a comeback route. The only way you can get a flat route is if you're to motion Robinson over, put him on a flat, then move him back over, and so that just takes too much time. Just put him on an out route. Lastly, X on the smoke screen, and you're going to be looking for Tyreek Hill or whatever Williams' first name is out of the backfield. So let's go ahead and snap this ball. So Williams is going to be one that's going to be a little bit later of a read, but bam, it's right there. You can hit that inside the hook curl and the curl flap all day, every day. Now on top of that, you also have this corner out that can get over the top of curl flat and underneath the outside third with a good pass lead. That's the tricky part with this game. Pass leads aren't that great this year. So as you can see right there, bam, pass lead it down into the outside and dot. Very, very simple way to attack cover 3. Again, X on a smoke screen, B on an out route, RB on a wheel route, and just look for either or. The nice thing about Travis Kelce running this post route is it keeps the user in the middle of the field. Say they were using the left side, I'll just put where the mic is. If they're using this guy right here with the M icon or mic icon over him, that post route's going to hold him to his spot. Otherwise, you're going to be able to hit the post route. So this is a really good way to attack a user as well out of a cover 3. Now, of course, if they're a user, this guy with the M icon over him, you're going to hit it earlier. If they user this guy, you're going to hit it later. So pretty simple, pretty easy reads. Now let's go ahead and get into cover 2. Now, sorry about my voice. I'm in the process of getting over a cold, and NyQuil, man. I will say NyQuil is amazing. It knocked me out. It was fantastic. So Vikes double post back into a cover 2. And now with the cover 2, we're going to change this up a little bit. What we're going to continue to do is we're going to put X on a smoke screen, but then we're going to go ahead and block RB and put B on a drag, creating essentially a high-low read. This is a really effective way to attack a cover 4 over the middle of the field as well. Now right here, what I like to do just to make it more difficult for a user is motion hit M and motion snap the ball. If you wait, it's right there, bam. If you just snap the ball and run it stock as is, it's a lot easier for a user to cover, and therefore it just doesn't stress them out as much. Now, of course, you can hit both the corner out or the smoke screen or this little high or low read that we create in the middle of the field against a cover 2, depending on what kind of flats that they have out there. Let's snap this ball. The cloud flat's going to eventually drop back. We'll hit this little smoke screen underneath, and bam, off the races we go for a gain of about 5 yards. Now, given it's not a huge gain, and if you're going to get somebody that has a zoned out player, it's probably going to be even less, but still you're able to get some yards off of it. A basic high cover 2 is just pretty much forcing the flat defender to choose, okay, am I going to cover up top or am I going to cover underneath? So pretty simple stuff right here. So again, X on the smoke screen, B on a drag, block your running back, and against a hard flat, I know I can hit the corner out on the left side of the field, and I can hit Travis Kelce a little bit earlier if they shade underneath with the vertical hook. So with that being said, I want to show you guys a little bit about this cover 2 hard flat as well. So we're going to go back into this gun doubles Y flex offset. Again, if you guys missed the first part, be sure you go watch the first part. First part's extremely important because we're running this with 4 wide receivers, not 3 wide receivers and a tight end. It's just a lot more effective with the routes being ran. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a cover 2 hard flat. It's pretty simple and again effective. So X on a smoke screen just in case they change it into a cloud flat. B on a drag. You want to motion in B, so it's just more difficult for a user to guard both the post route and the drag route. So you can see right there, bam, small window we can fit between. Travis Kelce, come on, you got to hold on to that. But there's a small window you can hit between the mid read and the vertical hook before the vertical hook passes it off to the mid read. So again, we'll do this one more time. Motion him in and motion snap right when he's about to get behind Travis Kelce. You can see right there, bam, hit the underneath, spin upfield. Off the races we go. We can also hit the sideline on this corner out. Pretty basic stuff. Basically a smash concept on one side of the field with a high low read coming through the middle. So again, let's go ahead and look for Tyreek Hill this time. Tyreek Hill's going to get wide open, obviously. Swerve catch, bam, dot. Super, super simple. I mean, it's really nothing too complicated. If they double flat one side of the field, and what I mean by that is, let's just go ahead and move the M icon over to him. If they put this linebacker into a flat, whether it be a curl flat, hard flat, I think that's the only kind of flats that you can actually put them in, then your drag is going to get open, and essentially this is going to stress the user even more than what they're already having to do, because now they're having to cover a certain part of the field that they're leaving open. So let's go ahead and do this one more time. Again, against a cover 2, block your running back. Sometimes what you can do is you can do something like this. Against a cover 2 is pretty much the same thing as a cover 3. And you're going to have to, the window is extremely tiny between the vertical look and the deep half. I'll show and see if I can get it right now, but bam, it gets right there, pass it to the inside, dot. But that's not really the read that you're going to be looking for oftentimes. The reads are really going to be flooding the middle of the field. Although this is a usable option, you just got to be careful about that vertical hook, because that vertical hook will actually carry a lot longer than what you may anticipate. So we'll go ahead and motion this guy in. I know right here the running back is going to get bagged, especially if it's cloud flat, because it's a hard flat. We can fit over top. The more effective way to attack a cover 2 is something like this, and motioning in Robinson like that. So again, it's just essentially creating a high-low read. You can see right there the mid-read picks it up eventually, but there is a small window you can hit that post route as well. Now, let's go into cover 4. Now, cover 4 quarters and cover 4 palms, very, 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 very tricky. They sometimes can play this fairly well. So let's go back into this double flex Y offset. Vikes double post. We're going to go into cover 4. I don't know the Browns playbook at all, so we're going to go ahead and set this up as is. We're going to go ahead and set this up as a regular cover 3, and we're going to have to pay attention to how the quarter flat plays, and then also how the outside quarter plays. So snap this ball. We'll look for our regular reads. You can see right there. Bam. We can hit Travis Kelce over the top. Now, a user, of course, is probably more than likely going to be there. The 3-route hook plays the running back. The out route gets smothered, and we could run it more so like this. Essentially, what we're doing in a cover 4 is we're creating a high-low read to where the the 3-rec hook has to decide, am I going to user the lower part or am I going to user the upper part? And a lot of people like to user the middle linebacker, especially if you're running a 3-4. They will user him themselves, and then it still forces them to decide, what am I going to cover? Am I going to cover the post route? Am I going to cover the drag route? So now let's go ahead and do this one more time. So everything is going to remain the same for the most part. We're going to leave a drag, again, create a high-low read. That's all we want to do. And then wheel route, out route. Out route's going to get smothered. We'll go ahead and snap this ball. Bam, you can see right there. Swerve catch. If they press, it's going to play it a lot more aggressively, just because how man defense works this year. For some odd reason, I don't know why, but for some odd reason, they made it to where man defense plays these little short out routes tremendously well. So we'll snap this ball. Quarter flat's going to bag the little flat route running back. Actually, that time looks like the quarter flat didn't play it all too well, but generally quarter flat's going to play the running back pretty well. Makes right there we're able to hit the little running back on the wheel route, out route, wheel, and leave everything else as is. Snap the ball. Again, creating a high-low read. The 3-8 hook is going to go ahead and play the running back because it is the third receiver, and then it's going to work its way back to the middle of the field. Again, it cannot cover all of the stuff that you are throwing out for it. It's impossible. Not going to happen. Nope. So now, one other way that you can attack a cover 4 quarters is something like this. Again, it's creating a high-low read. This is the big thing about any kind of cover 4, is just stretching the defense out in the middle of the field. It cannot cover both of them. It gets you right there, bam, dot. Now, right there is a prime example of why cover 4 quarters is not a good defense, because realistically, I don't know what the outside quarter was doing at all. It was not playing good defense whatsoever. Looks like it got completely confused by what was going on. So right here, bam, corner out, swerve catch. And if you can get a little bit better route running on that part of the field, you're going to have a lot better of a catching animation and a lot better of a break from their man as well. So you guys can see right here, it's very effective against cover 4. So let's go ahead and motion this guy in. This is the key right here, is motioning him in. Because if you do not motion him in, it's not going to stretch that 3-rec hook, and it's not going to stretch the user at all. If you simply leave it like this, let's go ahead, streak, drag, do something like this, and just snap the ball like that. Me as a user, I have a million times, it's so much easier. You can see right there, we get completely bagged. It's so much easier as a user to try and bait you into throwing that post route. Guys, you cannot run it like this because, again, it's so much easier to guard. You have to motion this guy over and motion snap him. Again, it's just flooding the middle of the field. And Travis Kelce, just look at him. He's just routing his man up to death. There's nobody keeping up with this big guy. So it's extremely important that you are using this motion snap And it's also important that you do have a good route runner on the slot right here. Normally, Tyreek Hill, I'm surprised he's not able to beat his inside quarter that well. But if you can have an extremely good route runner right there, it's going to be extremely effective, like Pokemon. Pokemon extremely effective. Swerve, catch, bam, dot. There we go. The only thing that's happening right there is the quarters rerouting him. It looks like to the outside. It looks really should be rerouting him to the inside. But you can see effective with a streak. Whoops. Don't do that. I don't know why it's slowly reacting today. But effective with a streak to clear out the outside quarter. The inside quarter is going to have to play him a lot more aggressively. The quarter flat reroutes him completely wrong. I don't know why he's rerouting him to the outside when there's nobody there. Essentially, it's just giving us more space to work with. And again, flood the middle of the field. Travis Kelce is going to beat a cover 4 quarters every single time, as long as he doesn't get just bumped like 5,000 times by one defender and then passed off and bumped 5,000 more times by the other defender, and then the third defender starts grabbing his butt, holding him back. As long as that doesn't happen, you're going to be able to hit that little post route 9 times out of 10. Very, very simple high-low read against the cover 4 there. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go, Travis Kelce. Route your man up. Touchdown. Super, super simple. High-low read is going to be the best way to attack palms and quarters. In fact, let's go ahead and get into palms real quick, and then we'll top this off with a basic cover 4 drop. Again, high-low read to stretch the user. High-low read, high-low read, high-low read. You can see right there. Bam. Again, palms. The outside quarter. Essentially okay, now that I understand what's going on, the outside quarter is essentially playing the drag route, and then the inside quarter has no idea what's going on with his life, and therefore that's how we're able to fit that in. So right here, we'll snap the ball. We'll see if we can hit this corner out ran by Tyreek Hill. Bam, pass lead it to the outside, swerve catch, and dot. Now, as long as you don't get a leaping SWAT animation like that, you're going to be able to fit that in very consistently. Be careful if they have acrobat, or I want to say, I don't know if manned up or zoned out would be more of a factor in this situation, but be careful of acrobat because they will get these diving animations a lot more frequently. But you can see we can hit the corner out, we can hit the post out, we can hit the drag. Again, this is the most effective way to attack cover 4. There's no question in my mind whatsoever. You can hit this post route every single time. You can hit that corner out if you have a better route runner. Apparently Tyreek Hill isn't that good at route running right now. I don't know what's going on. Usually he's a lot better than that. But let's go ahead and change this up. We'll do something like this. Smoke screen. You're not going to hit this corner out. The corner out's going to get smothered. And we'll hit this little wheel route out of the backfield. Bam, pass lead it to the inside. Dot. Now you guys may be thinking, well, what about that 3-air cook? The 3-air cook is going to play it a little bit good. Well, half decent. But you can still, with a pass lead and a bullet pass possession catch, hit that almost every single time. So let's snap this ball again. You can see right there, Travis Kelce routes his man up as well. And this isn't just because he's in the zone. In the zone doesn't affect route running. That just, I think he has double me or something like that. But you can see every single time, because the 3-air cook does not know what to guard, we can hit the post, we can hit the wheel, the out route, iffy. If they press, it's going to be completely smothered. But you can see right there, since they do not press, you can hit the out route as well. Now that's going to cover into cover 3 as well. If it's a baseline to cover 3, where the safety that's normally playing the flat defender is in a baseline, you're going to be able to hit that a lot more consistently, even if it is a hard flat. If it's a non-baseline, they move him to the outside. Be very careful about throwing that. Otherwise, you're going to probably end up throwing a pick. On top of that, again, if they do decide to double flat in a cover 3, like say let's just imagine this was a cover 3 and they put this linebacker in a flat and the safety directly behind them in a flat, like a hard flat and a curl flat, you're still going to be able to fit that wheel route in. A hard flat does not guard wheel routes out of the backfield. If you know the spot to throw it and the pass lead, it will not guard it. Promise you, it will not. So bam, pass lead it to, that was the worst pass lead up into the inside. But you can see right there, pass lead it up into the inside, and there's a small window that you can fit every single time. Now, the last one I want to go over is the cover 4 drop, which I think they have in quarters defense. So again, out running back on a wheel route, out route, smoke screen, and just look for whoever is going to get open. In this case, I know it's going to be the running back. You can see right there, you can sometimes rack catch it with pass lead to the inside, or you can just do a diving catch with a possession catch animation, or you can do something like this. We're going back into attacking a cover 2 and doing something similar to this. Again, if you're going to do this setup, be sure you motion this guy in, because you really need to force the user to decide who he is going to guard. As a user, and coming from me, I consider myself a decent user, it's hard to defend 2 routes at once. That takes a tremendous amount of skill, and they're almost always going to give something up if they do attempt to do that. So now let's go ahead and look for Y on this corner out. As long as the quarter flat drops down, which he should, right there, bam. That time, I'm actually surprised how well he plays it. Usually quarter flat doesn't play that all too well. If you're running into that issue, the best thing I can say is do something like this. Have that smoke screen to pull that quarter flat down. You can see right there, bam, passing it down into the outside, dot. And you can see that corner out is going to be very effective against any kind of deep zones that they have out there, especially if it's a cover 4 quarters. Cover 4 quarters and palms is going to get fairly well smothered, but against any kind of drop or 3-4, cover 3, it's going to be getting open almost every single time. Now, right here with the post route, since that is the only route running the middle of the field, unless the user just completely screws up, you're oftentimes not going to be able to hit that because these hook curls by themselves play it fairly well. You can see right there. That's oftentimes what's going to happen to resisted pressure. I don't know what that entirely means, but you know what? We can hit it almost every single time. Anyways, wow, my voice is just dying slowly. So right here, out route, you see the out route you can hit against a cover 4 quarter. You just got to make sure that you throw it a little bit earlier than what you may anticipate, because you notice that the quarter flat is actually biting down on the out route surprisingly pretty well. So we'll see if we can hit this out route right here. Bam, baby, out route, swerve catch, 5-yard gain. If they move him out, if they move anybody out in the flats to cover that side of the field, don't throw it because they're going to be able to jump that ball a lot more easily. If they do not motion people out, the only thing you really have to worry about is a hard flat pass commit, because then it's going to be a lot more effective in getting the flat defender out there and then in turn just smothering the out route. But again, if they have a hard flat, you're still going to be able to hit this wheel route out of the backfield. There's no questions asked whatsoever. There is no zone in the game that can guard wheel routes. There is none. A man will get beat by a wheel route. Zones get beat by a wheel route. Everything gets beat by wheel routes. There's just nothing to guard them. When they break up field, they'll beat man coverage. So right here, we'll look for Travis Hill. We're looking for Travis Hill. You can see right there, Travis Hill, wide open, a dot. So that's really going to take care of this video. I'm going to try to use my voice a little bit less because I probably sounds. My voice is quite literally dying right now. So with that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're going to continue to do semi-daily uploads. The only day that I don't upload is Sundays. You guys have probably noticed. That's kind of my quote-unquote day off. I'm thinking about uploading on Sunday, but it's going to be like a pre-recorded kind of thing. So we'll see. We will see what happens. For now, I'm just going to stick to Monday through Saturday. But anyways, I appreciate every single one of you guys. And until next time, get in the lab. This has been T-Meister. See ya.